If you saw my previous video on ChunkyMoon, you will see how the man took down a smaller content creator Enrico's video down. This was because Enrico pretty much made fun of ChunkyMoon for being an internet degenerate freak. But since my last video, ChunkyMoon hasn't turned a blind eye on myself and Enrico, and has tried his best to fuck with both of us. But being the Sigma male myself and actually knowing what outside means, I don't want this to go under the radar. So ladies and gentlemen, let me keep you up to date of what's been going on with ChunkyMoon. Before my first video dropped, I received a message from one of ChunkyMoon's friends. He had simply asked me what my video on ChunkyMoon was even about, and he was generally curious about what I had to say. The day after I posted my video, all was good. Enrico got the attention he deserved on the situation since a bigger creator was abusing a smaller one. His friend messaged me again saying that Enrico had sent me false information. I ask how, and he shows me how his video was taken down for slander, not a copyright strike, even though Enrico was given a copyrighted email. ChunkyMoon thinks the slander came from when Enrico showed an EDP 445 meme. ChunkyMoon took this as Enrico calling him a pedophile, which in reality he just wasn't. This pretty much confirms that ChunkyMoon was the person that took down Enrico's video, which in my last video I wasn't claiming to be a fact, and I was actually giving ChunkyMoon the benefit of the doubt, but his friend pretty much confirmed it for me. Going off these DMs for a minute, Enrico faced some backlash from my video also. After my video dropped, I started getting comments telling me I am wrong and Enrico is indeed a pedophile himself. Some of these accounts I asked if I could see these alleged DMs, but no answer was given to me. Some of these people were literally the same account. Now I don't know about you guys, but I have a funny feeling that a certain someone is behind all of these accounts, or may even be people in a Discord server that does what Daddy ChunkyMoon says. And this is me pretty much insinuating that ChunkyMoon is trying to label Enrico as a pedophile, a 16-year-old. This would be because ChunkyMoon felt Enrico did the same when he showed an EDP 445 meme. This was enough to make ChunkyMoon lose his shit and begin getting his revenge. This is a grown man harassing a young man because they said mean things over the internet. During the time these accounts were spamming my channel, literally here's the same account again commenting on a community post of me promoting my stream on Twitch. ChunkyMoon for some reason posted a video onto his second channel and used the thumbnail I made on him. Not too sure why that was even a thing. This might have been him trying to push this in the algorithm more, so my video wouldn't be in the algorithm as much. It's a bit of a broken theory, but you know what? I know what I mean. Enrico made a Google document ready to release to the public to give his side on the situation and even more. So I will let Enrico share his Google doc on ChunkyMoon on this channel.
I had originally uploaded a video on the 27th of March of 2022 onto my channel, where I had ranted about a hentai YouTuber by the name of ChunkyMoon, and specifically highlighted an instance where he posted explicit/sexual imagery of a underage anime girl. The character in question was 15, but there were also instances of him where he had posted sexualized imagery of cartoon characters as young as 11 years old. Nevertheless, after I uploaded the video, it was falsely taken down under the pretext of copyright infringement, despite the video clearly falling under fair use, within 1 hour of being premiered. It was at this point where I emailed the account associated with the strike, as provided by YouTube, to see if the copyright strike was a mistake, but was met with no answer. It was at this point where I then contacted WackyTV, as I could recall that he'd been in a similar situation to mine in the past, and we had begun tagging ChunkyMoon on Twitter to see if he knew anything about the strike. However, upon our attempts to contact him, both of our accounts were met with instant blocks, meaning that ChunkyMoon actively knew about the situation and the false strike, but was suspiciously blocking everyone who attempted to inquire about it. There was also an instance where WackyTV had gotten on his alt account and had begun tagging ChunkyMoon on that, to which ChunkyMoon then surprisingly responded. However, upon finding out that it was WackyTV who was trying to inquire if he actually struck down the video, WackyTV's alt account was then blocked. After Wacky then announced that he was then going to be making a video on the situation, ChunkyMoon then tried saying that people were quote-unquote trying to cancel him, again confirming that he had full knowledge about the false DMCA strike on my channel, but was actively trying to dodge the situation and make up excuses for why he wasn't responding. Nevertheless, Wacky and I had uploaded our own response videos to the situation days later. However, not long after he had uploaded his own video, Wacky was then contacted by one of ChunkyMoon's friends, where it was then confirmed that ChunkyMoon did indeed falsely strike down my video. with this supposed friend saying that ChunkyMoon's reasoning was that I had apparently compared him to EDP445, and that according to him, I had also called him a pedophile multiple times. Needless to say, none of these claims by ChunkyMoon are inherently true. In the video, and you can check the archive for yourself, I had merely thrown in a random image of EDP at some point in the video, where I wasn't even speaking about ChunkyMoon. And for further context, it's a recurring joke to throw in an EDP445 reference in most of my videos, so ChunkyMoon isn't any special star that he's claiming to be. In addition, the only time I had even hinted at the word pedophile was in an impact font meme I put in the video, where I said that he was posting depictions of drawn pedophilia, which, from looking at the ages of some of the characters that he was posting in a sexual manner, is inherently true and factual, because ChunkyMoon, at the time that I uploaded the video, was indeed posting sexualized depictions of underage cartoon characters to YouTube. There is no doubt about that. Again, I never stated once that he was/is a pedophile, but that he was posting drawn depictions of pedophilic material onto YouTube, which again is a fact. He did post these things and even left them public for months for hundreds of thousands to see. And regardless of what he claimed I said, it still did not warrant him copyright striking my video, as the video itself fell under complete fair use, was completely transformative, and was not subject to any copyright removal under YouTube's own guidelines. ChunkyMoon, however, in an act of ignorance, had falsely struck down my video by telling YouTube that I had somehow intended to infringe on his copyright by commentating over a 10-second clip of one of his videos. Now let's get to the more spicier and the more funnier parts, which really demonstrates the abysmally pathetic extents that some can go to. And by that, I'm referring to ChunkyMoon's proven usage of a complicit alt account to falsely strike my video in order to pretend that it's not him, and later attempting to falsely call me, a minor, a pedophile on that same account, only to have his cronies keep doing so for months on end. Now first and foremost, we gotta keep in mind that ChunkyMoon has been fully confirmed by one of his own close friends to have struck down my video, meaning that whatever you're gonna see from the following account, which is also tied to an email address that is confirmed by YouTube themselves to be the copyright claimant's email, also known as ChunkyMoon's email, is directly coming from the YouTuber ChunkyMoon himself. Now, when my video was initially struck down, YouTube had sent me a notice, and along with this notice was an attached email address of the person who claimed my video. Now, knowing that ChunkyMoon's own friend confirmed with WackyTV that my video was indeed struck down by ChunkyMoon, we can concur that the following email address does indeed belong to ChunkyMoon himself. Now, upon reverse searching the name of the email address on Google, I found the profile of a certain YouTube user. Now again, from knowing that ChunkyMoon was indeed the one who falsely struck down my video as per the evidence provided from his friend, and seeing that this account is tied to the email address that YouTube originally sent me in the copyright notice, we can again concur that this is an alt account of ChunkyMoon's, one which he used to take down my video, presumably so that his real channel could not be terminated for false striking. Now see, here's where it gets even funnier though, because ChunkyMoon on this alt account also previously made a comment on one of my videos pretending to be one of his fans and shit-talking me. Now notice in the screenshot how he's really referring to himself in the third person, you know, trying to really pull off that impression that it's not him behind this account, that it's just a really devoted fan, you know. Now he's done this on multiple instances and even attempts to discredit me by falsely stating that I was a pedophile, which is even funnier considering that I'm still a minor who attends public high school. Now keep in mind again, this following comment isn't even under a video of mine, it's in the comment section of another person who I previously collaborated with. So let's ask ourselves, how petty does one have to be to shit-talk his critics on an alt account that he evidently used to evade termination for copyright abuse, and then subsequently pretend to be one of his fans and call a minor a pedophile in a comment section? I would also like to reiterate that he's doing all of this over an entire month after the original drama, almost as if he continues to have a personal vendetta against a YouTuber 100 times smaller than him, all for calling out his proven online actions. Now, to add gas to the flames, his accomplices continued to try and discredit me by constantly repeating his same rhetoric of lies in the comment sections under the videos of WackyTV as well, for months on end. Now, the repeated harassment among his cronies became so prevalent to the point where WackyTV had even reached out to me in DMs regarding it. Now, in conclusion, it's confirmed that 1. ChunkyMoon is not only willing to arbitrarily and falsely strike videos critical of him, but also does it on an alternate account, in order to either pretend that it's not him, or avoid being terminated on his main account for false copyright strikes altogether. Him using an alt account only proves that he literally knows doing this is wrong. And 2, he evidently uses an alt account to attempt to discredit me in random comment sections, even months after I choose to publicly utter his name. Now keep in mind, ChunkyMoon did all of this just because I had made a 6-minute rant video about him, a person who is willing to go to such lengths to try, skew, and dodge the criticism of his own actions, as well as repeatedly discrediting their critic for weeks on end as part of their personal vendetta, and even attempting to spread false rumors for months, and even flat out lie about his reasoning for abusing the DMCA system. Such a person is proven to not be innocent, and evidently has more to hide than one would suspect, when misusing their platform like ChunkyMoon did.
After Enrico showed me this doc, I told him that this drama is over now and he should just let it go and move on. And Enrico listened to me and was moving on with his channel. As was I. We both started posting different content and just moving on with our life and, you know, snorting, touching, rolling in some grass. But on the 22nd of June, I got an email in my inbox. The title of the email was YouTube copyright. Obviously, I panicked and went to my phone expecting YouTube to tell me that my video has been taken down falsely. So I read the email, and this is what it said. We received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your video. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or a similar exception to the copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your video. You have control over the availability of videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them from your choice. And the video link down below led me to my ChunkyMoon video. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. ChunkyMoon tried to falsely take down my video via copyright and failed. 3 months after the video was made, and he still can't let the hate go. Sorry guys, let me just, I'll be back in a minute. I need to just go touch some grass. Hold up.
Shh, don't be scared, ChunkyMoon, don't be scared. It's only grass. You know, you should get outside more often and just touch it. Look, like this. Come on, ChunkyMoon, you know you want to. Don't be scared. That is only grass. See, it won't hurt you. Get off Discord for a bit.
I then, after this amazing news, went to tell his friend, mostly because I knew ChunkyMoon would see the result one way or another. I just wanted him to have the news as soon as I did. His mate pretty much called him petty. I mean, if your own stan is saying that you are doing something petty, maybe it's time to get out into the real world. I then tried to get into a VC with ChunkyMoon, but he unfortunately declines the interview. I have no clue why. And with this copyright email, I was given ChunkyMoon's email that he used to get my video taken down, and his full legal name, which I obviously won't show. This dude tried to fuck with my channel and ended up giving me his docs, which is stupid. Now obviously I'm never going to use it against him or leak it because that is just fucked up and illegal. Since some people said ChunkyMoon has addressed criticism before, I thought I would go over the video people are referring to. So ChunkyMoon made a video called ChunkyMoon Exposes the Plague of YouTube.
Oh, and I watch other people start seeing me doing this, and I thought like, oh, I kept trying to explain to people, I'm trying to prove a point. This isn't the main thing I'm doing. And I even stopped putting like the super horny shit in there. Most of it, like, oh, for example, you know who Menace is, right? So I made one where it's just like, oh, she's worth it. And it's just a nuclear explosion. There is no There's nothing else.
Not too sure what your point here is exactly. Look guys, I am proving that you can get views from doing this weird porn shit. But it's okay, because I am self-aware. The rest of the video is complete horseshit, and there is nothing to say since the dude is the most boring cunt to listen to. His friend, not long after this shit was blowing over, decided to block me. I made a tweet about it since I was beginning to get suspicious of the person behind the account, but after I made my tweet, they unblocked me and told me how they think there is tension between us. Like this dude is my wife. Make me a sandwich then, bitch. He then told me that Chunky was making him block me. That is probably true, but who really gives a shit? I was only making a funny tweet, because this man made a Twitter video that involved me and Enrico in it, and ChunkyMoon was one of the people that retweeted this tweet and replied to it.
I'm here to expose the YouTuber ChunkyMoon. He's a horny bastard that needs to be stopped. I'm exposing him because I wished him a happy birthday, and he told me to give him my soul. This is wrong. He's already been covered by very intelligent YouTubers. However, I'm here to cackle the shit out of ChunkyMoon. Ban me from the server, Chunky, but you can't ban my undying spirit.
I just think it's funny that even after like 3 months of the video existing, the man still can't get me out of his mind. You're trying to hint at something there, ChunkyMoon. My DM's always open, buddy. A recent update that happened last night, one of ChunkyMoon's little minions started spamming me last night on Twitter with one of my messages from my Discord server of me using the word faggot. At first I thought he was trying to expose me for saying this word, but now that I realise over time that he was trying to get me to reply saying that word again, because after I did, in an example saying that I did say the word and I thought it was funny, him and ChunkyMoon quickly jumped on that and was able to actually ban me temporarily on Twitter because of it. He also kept spamming a picture of me in London. I'm not too sure what this was supposed to mean, to be honest. Yeah, you do you, buddy. I tried to get him into a VC so we could speak about this because part of me at the time thought that this was ChunkyMoon himself. He said that I'm not a priority, but even though he was like tweeting me every nanosecond like an obsessed little freak, he also showed some DMs that I sent to one of ChunkyMoon's friends, who at first I was going to keep anonymous, but fuck this entire group, this is the prick that I messaged. And this is him trying to say that I was going to dox ChunkyMoon, when in reality I wasn't going to release it publicly, I was going to report him to the fucking police, because he was calling me a pedophile on some of his fake other accounts. And I wasn't taking that shit lightly because I'm not a paedophile. And that was me giving a warning so Chunky can just back off. I wasn't going to release his fucking docs. But this man is just mentally ill, clearly. I mean, just Jesus Christ. Then he made a statement saying that he is not ChunkyMoon. No one really cares. And then he's tweeting about, you know, my Twitter being taken down and he's taking it as a W. You know what? You can take that fat W. You do you, buddy. Have your W. And I blocked him because he kept spamming me and I couldn't be asked to mute him. I just wanted him just fucking gone. And he was saying that I can't finish shit that I start, even though that he was one of the first people to tweet me. So yeah, all these people are mentally ill. It's great. And now recently he made another tweet saying, "Jump in a VC pussy," which apparently is code for, "I'm incapable of conversation once you do to me what I've done to others, so I'll ban you from my server instead. Have the day you deserve, cucks." He joined my Discord server, so I banned him because he kept screenshotting shit just to like post them onto Twitter. Why wouldn't I ban him, lol? You can take your W's, mate. I'm gonna just turn that into a fat L because this video is my W. I'm the real W, man. What does my fucking name begin with? W, pussy! What does yours start with? C, because you're a cunt. In conclusion, ChunkyMoon is someone that a 1K subscriber YouTuber made a video on them which hurt his feelings. He then decided to copyright strike the video down. He then said it wasn't a copyright strike even though Enrico was told it was. I made a video calling him out for being a horny freak and using an underage cartoon for views. I said he wasn't a pedo in my video, but it wasn't enough for the man since 3 months later he tried to get my video taken down. In the process, I got his email and his full legal name. So ChunkyMoon, was it worth it? I suggest you leave Enrico alone now, buddy. And if you're going to suggest that a 16-year-old is a paedophile, please make sure you provide at least fake proof instead of just making fake anime accounts to tell me that he is, you know, a nonce. Since what you're doing, my friend, is false allegations and indeed slander. I've been WackyTV, and until next time, touch some grass.